my dear children. A very good morning to you all. How are you? I hope you are fine. My dear children, have you all copied up to chapter 3 notes in your science notebook? Yes. Only very few students have sent their snapshots. What about the others, my dear children? Try to complete the notes. And after completing, take a snapshot and send it to my private number. Okay, my dear children. Okay, my dear, we have completed up to chapter 4. So, now we are going to read and learn the question answers in chapter 4. Okay, now we are going to read and learn the questions in chapter 4. Okay, my dear children, we begin the class. First, answer the following questions in 1 or 2 sentences. Which is the most common method by which plants reproduce? Which is the most common method by which plants reproduce? The most common method by which plants reproduce is through seeds. What is the main reproductive part of the seed of the plant? Seeds. Okay, seeds. The most common method by which plants reproduce is through seeds. Okay, my dear children. Okay, what are the 3 main parts of a seed? What are the 3 main parts of a seed? Seed coat, embryo and endosperm are the 3 main parts of a seed. What are the 3 main parts of a seed? Seed coat, embryo and endosperm are the 3 main parts of seed. Do you understand? Okay. What are the various methods by which seeds are dispersed? What are the various methods by which seeds are dispersed? Dispersal by wind, dispersal by water, dispersal by animals and human beings, and dispersion by explosion are the various methods by which seeds are dispersed. Dispersal by wind, dispersal by water, dispersal by animals and human beings, and dispersion by explosion are the various methods by which seeds are dispersed. Do you understand? Okay, we move on to the next questions. What is meant by vegetative propagation in plants? Already we have learned in the chapter. So that portion is taken as a questions. So my dear children, try to learn the question. It is very easy. Vegetative propagation is the method of growing new plants. We all know that vegetative propagation is the method to produce a new plant from the plant parts. Okay, from the old plant parts such as stem, root. We have learned some examples like rose plant, then banana. So that is the meaning of this question. Vegetative propagation is the method of growing new plants from the plant parts such as stems, roots and leaves of an old plant. Okay, do you understand? Then what is a nursery? What is a nursery? A plant nursery is a special place for the propagation and caring of young plants. A plant nursery is a special place for the propagation and care of young plant. What do you mean by propagation? Producing. Okay, propagation, producing and care of young plants. Do you understand up to this much? So these are the 2 more questions. Okay, now we are going to learn the brief question. Answer the following question. I'm going to explain the question and I'm going to read the question. If you have any doubts, you can call me or text me. Okay, my dear children, we move on to the next part. Answer the following questions. First question. What are the functions of three main parts of a seed? What are the three parts of the seed? Seed coat, embryo and endosperm. Very good. So seed coat, embryo and endosperm. So this question denotes this question we have to answer about the functions of the parts. Okay, we have to answer the functions of the part. Seed coat, embryo and endosperm are the three main parts of the plant. Seed coat, embryo and endosperm are the three main parts of a seed. Outside seed is covered by a seed coat. Outside the seed is covered by a seed coat. The seed coat protect the embryo from drying. So seed coat is the protective layer, okay, which protect the embryo from drying. Inside the seed is an embryo. Inside the seed is the embryo, which is a tiny plant. I already have shown in a video. I have shooted a video. There you can see in the seed. I have mentioned the embryo. Where is the embryo? And I have already drawn a picture of parts of plant and parts of a seed, and I already have explained about that. Okay, so the embryo is a tiny plant inside a seed from which a new plant arises. Okay. Endosperm supplies food to the embryo. Endosperm supplies the food. Okay, it supply the food to the embryo. So I am repeating again. Seed coat, embryo and endosperm are the three main parts of a seed. Outside the seed is covered by a seed coat. The seed coat protect the embryo from drying. Inside the seed is an embryo, which is a tiny plant. The endosperm supply food to the embryo. Do you understand? Okay, we move on to the next question. How does wind help in dispersal of seed? Give example. We have learned about dispersal of seed by wind. What is the main example we have learned? Cotton, dandelion and sycamore, right? So, what we have learned in the chapter is the answer in this question. Okay, dispersal by wind depends on the type of seed. Already we have learned the dispersion of seed by wind happens according to the type of seed. It is very thin. It can be able to blown out in the air. Okay, so the seed should be lightweight and it have a wing like structure. So this is the answer here. Dispersal by wind depends on the type of seed and where it grows. Seeds that are dispersed by wind are lightweight and may have wing-like structures that allow them to be carried. Seeds of cotton and dandelion are light and have fluffy hair. They are blown away by the wind and are carried away to distant places. I'm repeating again. Dispersal by wind depends on the type of seed and where it grows. Seeds that are dispersed by wind are lightweight and may have wing-like structures that allow them to be carried. Seeds of cotton and dandelion are light and have fluffy hair. They are blown away by the wind and carried away to distant places. Next question. How do animals and human beings help in the dispersal of seed? How do animals and human beings help in the dispersal of seed? Animals and birds eat fruits. Seeds that are not digested are dispersed to other areas through droppings. Some animals such as squirrel eat the fruits and drop the seed on the ground. Some seeds have hooky are sticky structures. Hooky are sticky structures that get attached to the fur of animals. Feathers of birds are clothes of human beings and are carried away to another place. Human beings play a major role in dispersing seed when they carry fruits to new places. Throw away the seed after eating the fruit. Okay, animals and birds play a best role in the dispersal of seed. We are eating the fruit and we are throwing the seed in the ground, and the animals and birds are eating the fruit and the seed get dispersed on the ground. Okay, some seeds have hook like structure, or some sticky structure, and it will stick to the body of the bird, or in the feather of a bird, or in the body or in the clothes of an human beings. When they move from one place to another, these seeds get fall on the ground and they started to sprout out. Okay, so human being play a major role in the dispersal of seed. Okay, we are carrying fruits from one place to another. At that time we are eating the fruits and we are throwing away the seeds. Okay, I'm repeating again: animals and birds bear eat foods, seeds that are not digested or dispersed through other areas through dropping. Some animals such as squirrels eat the fruits and drop the seeds on ground. Some seeds have hook or sticky structure that get attached to the fur of animals, feathers of birds, or clothes of human beings and are carried away to another place. Human beings play a major role in dispersing seed when they carry fruits to new places, throw away the seeds after eating the fruits. Next question. What are the various stages in the germination of seed? Already we have learned the process of germination. The exact manner is in this question. Okay. The process of germination begins when a seed fall on the ground. Okay, the process of germination start when the seed fall on the ground and has been covered with soil. Okay, it's been covered with soil. Under favorable environmental condition, the seeds start to grow. Okay, when the environmental condition is favorable, the seeds start to sprout out. Okay, when the seed has matured enough, the cotyledon and the root push out of the seed coat and come out. Okay, when the seed get matured, the small tiny plant will sprout out. Okay, the root will come out of the seed coat. The root take hold of the soil and start to, first the root will come out and the root will hold the soil and absorb the water from the soil. Okay, next part of the seed that appears is hypocotyl. What's the next part? Hypocotyl. Okay, the hypocotyl continue to grow upward with the epicotyl. Okay, what is hypocotyl? It's the stem. So, okay, sorry, it's a leaf. Okay, hypocotyl is the stem. Okay, hypocotyl is the stem. From first it grows. Okay, after that epicotyl arises. What is epicotyl? Epicotyl become the first leaf of the new plant. Okay, epicotyl become the first leaf of the new plant. As the leaves can prepare their food for the plant, the cotyledons are no longer needed. Okay, once the plant start to prepare food for the plant, once this plant start to food for, okay, at that time the cotyledon will fall off from the plant. The plant's tiny leaf take over the job of supplying food to the new plant and the new plant flourishes. Okay, the new leaves take the job of producing the food. Okay, I am repeating again. The process of germination begins when a seed falls on the ground and has been covered with soil. Under favorable environmental condition, the seed starts to grow. When the seed has matured enough, the cotyledon and the root pushes out of the seed coat and come out. The root takes hold of the soil and starts to absorb food from the soil. The next part of the seed that appears is the hypocotyl. The hypocotyl continues to grow upward with the epicotyl. The epicotyl becomes the first leaf of the new plant. As the leaves can prepare food for the plant, the cotyledons are no longer needed and fall off the plant. The plant's tiny leaf take over the job of supplying food to the new plant and the new plant flourishes. Next question. What favorable conditions are required in nurseries for growth of plant? What are the favorable conditions are required for a nursery? The following are the favorable conditions that are required in the nurseries for the growth of plant. The right temperature, good soil and sufficient nutrients, sufficient amount of water, good ventilation with proper lighting. What are they? Right temperature, good soil and sufficient nutrient, sufficient amount of water, good ventilation with proper lighting. Dear children, we have completed up to chapter 4. I will send the notes little by little. Try to copy After completing, take a snapshot and send it to my number privately. If you have any doubts regarding your notes or regarding the video, you can call me or text me privately before 9:30. We will meet in our next class. Until, take care, do your work, be safe. Thank you.